The mid-season cut is upon us.
The pressure's going to be on like never before.
The championship tour has arrived in Margaret River, Western Australia, the halfway stop of the season.
You know, both of us were on the cuts. It was a stressful heat.
There's still work to do.
For 1/3 of the competitors, this is the end of the line.
A look of anguish, certainly not safe now.
For the rest, it is the beginning of the road to the Rip Curl WSL finals. Heartbreak, elation, and relegation commence.
No way that felt good.
This is the 5th stop on the 2022 WSL Championship Tour, the Margaret River Pro. A 170 miles south of Perth, on the western edge of Australia, lies the quiet beach town of Margaret River. Best known for its raw beauty, majestic wildlife, and heavy water reef breaks.
Oh, it smells good here, doesn't it? There's something about the smell here. The ocean's just so clean. There's so much coastline here. We're just on a little piece of it at Margaret River.
Margs is honestly my favourite stop on tour. Not just the waves, like the area, the food, the people. When I left last year, I started looking at blocks of land to buy. I loved it so much, so maybe when I retire one day, I'll be over here myself.
Hi, rock on! Surf's up, dude!
It's one of the most beautiful stops on tour when it lights up. Just the raw beauty of it.
Uninterrupted swell lines just powering into main break here. It just centralises on that main peak, and every wave basically finishes in just this nightmarish inside section with water converging, and it's really difficult to ride out of.
I'm ready. Oh my God, the boat's gonna cop the wave.
It's chaos out here, and it's about being calm in the chaos.
Wow, oh my goodness.
Yeah! Oh! Main rig is definitely a powerful wave, and it calls for big, powerful turns.
Classic, no one does it better.
It's such a consistent wave. You can surf it when it's 2 foot or 10 foot. You have to be pretty versatile.
With so much pressure on the line for the competitors, with the mid-year cut looming, it's going to make for a special show.
Carissa Moore is in the yellow leader's jersey. And the scary part about that is I don't think she's satisfied yet with her performances.
Heading into the contest, 5-time world champion Carissa Moore sits atop the leaderboard. Tied for second are Tyler Wright and Brisa Hennessy.
I'm really grateful to be back in the yellow jersey. Gosh, everyone is surfing so well, and it's gonna be tough to keep it, but I'm just enjoying where I'm at, and I'm gonna soak in every moment.
Felipe Toledo is hitting his stride this year. He just won bells. He's the defending Margaret River Pro Champ. For him, I feel like he feels success. He can often repeat it, and he's feeling that confidence right now.
On the men's side, Felipe Toledo tops the leaderboard for the first time this season. Kanoa Igarashi is second, John Florence third, and 11-time world champion Kelly Slater sits in fourth.
Wearing the yellow is just incredible. I haven't had this feeling since 2019. Happy to be in the position that I'm in right now and try to defend the title here at Margs.
The most exciting schedule innovation this year is the mid-season cut. After the Margaret River Pro, the Championship Tour competitors are reduced by 1/3 to the top 22 men and 10 women. Those who fail to make the cut are immediately relegated to the Challenger Series, where they'll battle to get back on tour next season.
For the surfers who have qualified for the CT in 2022, it's a massive change to get their head around. I think it's a really positive one.
At risk on the women's side are tour veterans Stephanie Gilmore, Sally Fitzgibbons, and Courtney Conlog. who all sit on the bubble.
Sally Fitzgibbons, been on tour for more than a decade, 3-time runner-up in the world.
Oh, you gotta love drama in sport. It's a high-stakes game. That's why I watch sport. When you put it all on the line, and it's my turn to do that, and I'm definitely in it to win it.
For the men, Owen Wright, Connor Coffin, and Morgan Siblick are all in danger of not making the cut.
Connor Coffin and Morgan Siblick, these guys were challenging for a world title at the end of the 2021 season, and now they're struggling to make the top 22 at the midway cut. It's intense, like it's actually a really high pressure situation. It might be the most dramatic surf event we've seen unfold.
Smash it.
Hawaiians John Florence and Imai Kalani DeVault start the men's round of 32. For DeVault, this is a must-win heat.
So what did you add? A 6.5? It's pretty lumpy. I'd rather something pretty solid.
A lot of drama injecting into the early rounds of competition. It's do or die situation.
John Florence, his performances here at Main Break Margaret River are legendary. Big carve to get started for John. Cutting back to the power source now. Uncharacteristically falls on the end section. Imai's out the back. A good opportunity for him to answer back and put up the strongest score of the heat so far. Stylish swoop there. Wants something high impact to finish, and he finds it. 4.33 for Florence.
John just lays on the hillside rail, just extending it.
Imai Kalani DeVault, and he dropped a 6 on his last wave. He's got a good looking wall here, positive start from him. Lines up the end section, belts it. Can he hold on for the finish? Very difficult to do with those two whitewaters.
Here goes John.
That big trademark layback jam. Nobody does it better. Floating re-entry to finish. The numbers come through at a 7.83, and it doesn't feel like Imai's going to get that shot.
Back to the Challenger Series.
It comes down to not making mistakes at this level, and it's pretty wild, like how fast it went by. Like I was just, feeling the highest highs of qualifying, and now the lowest of like falling off. So.
Up next, world number 2 Kanoa Igarashi faces world number 32 Matthew McGillivray. A loss here for the South African would mean he fails to make the cut.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Standing on the ledge.
Wow, just see the ski just getting some air there.
Kanoa Igarashi looking to lock in a solid score. He's found himself a right wall. Gets plenty of release out of the tail in that first turn. Gets a nice section, hooks hard under the lip.
It's a 7.00, takes Kanoa into the lead, and Matty McGillivray now chasing a big score.
Perfect comeback wave. That's exactly what he needed. Little energy shift in this hit. You can feel it. Back towards Matty McGillivray here as he starts to fight for this comeback. Super late takeoff. Wow, just hammers that lip.
Incredible performance from Matt McGillivray in the dying minutes of that heat.
With the win, McGillivray keeps his requalification hopes alive.
It felt super sketchy. I could feel the board wanted to disconnect from my feet. Yeah, I was so stoked when I rode out of the turn. Yeah, I just felt so much emotion. I was so happy.
Coming up next at the Margaret River Pro, the mid-season cut reaches its boiling point.
Needs to finish this one off.
Margaret River has never had this kind of weight to it. It was like the world was ending.
It's been a very emotional loss.
That's it for me.
Welcome back to Western Australia for the Margaret River Pro.
It's all fun and games until we start losing surfers on the CT.
Unfortunately, some competitors are going to be packing their bags and heading home.
Smash it.
The mid-season cut continues to wreak havoc in the men's round of 32.
The pressure that's on some of those surfers below that mid-year cut line.
It's do or die situation.
2021 WSL finalists Connor Coffin and Morgan Siblick were unable to keep their championship tour dreams alive.
Sorry, Connor. Yeah, good job, dude.
It's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Good fight.
Yeah, just unfortunate that we got the mid-year cut at the moment, but it is what it is.
Another massive performance by Joa without a result.
The 22-year-old has a massive future ahead of him, but today it's a low, just too strong.
Yeah, Joan had been surfing so much, you know, and I'm kind of sad because that was me and him on that heat, but yeah, it's part of the game.
I'm here in the Wet Roll Athlete Zone with Joao Chianca. It's been a very emotional loss.
I have those memories. I have like incredible moments with the jersey. I think I just have to find myself, find hope in the hopeless, you know?
It's crazy, you know, because at the same time that you're really happy, you know, that you made the heat, you're really sad that, you know, like this one guy is probably falling off tour.
Margaret River has never had this kind of weight to it.
When you dream about being on the world tour, I think all this is part of it. And
it was like the world was ending. It was really, really real.
The veteran needs to finish this one off. Gets absolutely mowed down. Cohen Wright, a proven CT event winner. To see him below the cut line is a big surprise. How he responds is going to be very interesting. Is he in a position now at the later stages of his career where he starts thinking, I might have a break?
I'm still breaking it down like I just took a heat loss, not a drop off to a loss. So go through the motions and what's next. Yeah, I've lost the spot on tour, so.
The brutality of sport is that it's all about winning and losing.
To the victors go the spoils.
Big set like that, there's another one coming in 5 minutes.
Leonardo is going to emulate a Rocky Balboa slugfest to fight his way back into the top 22.
Ethan ripping into a monstrous hack. There it is, a 9-point ride, ladies and gentlemen, the wave of the day.
Leo up and riding, needs to start bringing some progression to try and match what we've seen from Ethan Ewing so far.
No movement, out of shape there, no pumping, just carving.
Ewing put together the highest heat score of the round, dropping Fioravante to the Challenger Series.
Now with the fight?
Yeah, the cut's gnarly and just seeing, everyone devastated after losing. Pretty hard to watch.
And coming down the boardwalk, ladies and gentlemen, is Kelly Slater.
It's been a sobering day for many athletes on the Dream Tour. However, there were some survivor stories amongst the chaos.
Jadson Andre, the battler, going up against Kelly Slater.
This is Jaddy's comfort zone, believe it or not, is being on the bubble, is being under pressure, and this is where he thrives.
And the wave knocks Slater down.
I didn't really try to pull in, but I was just trying to get across it. And lip squared my face so hard.
Jadson Andre keeps his dreams alive.
Jaddy's got a lot on the line. Part of me would have felt bad if I beat Jaddy there, but I definitely didn't go out and give him the heat by any means. He won the heat.
South African Matthew McGillivray confirmed his spot on the tour after a clutch performance in the round of 16.
McGillivray just looked incredible. He would look powerful. It didn't look like a young kid trying to fight for his life. It looked like he owned that heat.
I can't believe that I made the second half of the year and I'm going to J-Bay. I'm going to J-Bay.
Going home. Philippe Toledo, Nat Young doing the battle out in front in Heat 5.
Switching gears to the top of the leaderboard, current rankings leader Felipe Toledo faces Californian Nat Young.
Philippe's coming in with all the momentum, the win at Bells. Nat Young's going to have to bring it if he wants to overcome Philippe Toledo.
Philippe Toledo, look at the wall in front of him. He's got a second great section right here. So Toledo finishes up, but Nat Young's on as well.
Nat Young out the back, trying to get around this first section here.
And the Californian has been surfing incredibly well. Big section here, absolutely times it to perfection.
Here goes Nat Young, he says enough's enough. Crunch. That was exactly what he needed to do.
Two 7.83s now has taken the lead, and Toledo's after a 7.66.
He's got to get everything right here.
The score has just come through for Toledo, 7.63, not enough. And Nat Young takes down the current world number one.
Got through that ninth, huh?
Yeah!
How's that new round gonna see? Feels so good. Broke through. Lost a few times in that round right there, so we had a good battle. So either way, I mean, I would have been happy, stoked to make it through and continue on.
With Toledo out of the contest, John Florence has an opportunity to take over the rankings lead if he wins the Margaret River Pro.
Rolling, get a clap.
My name's Jack Robinson and I'm from Margaret River, Western Australia.
There is nobody that knows that piece of reef better than Jack Robinson.
He spent his childhood out here perfecting the lines that he wants to draw.
It's what breeds it from a young age. Started surfing the box around 11, 12, and that was always pretty scary. What's instilled in you from the beginning will be there forever.
The maestro. This is Jack Robinson. He wants it. He's got it.
You know, for him to be able to come home, compete in front of this home crowd, he'll definitely feel encouraged.
I think Jack is prepared to win his second event of his career, and I think that could easily happen here at home.
It's my home break, you know, and you're around it all the time and all the different types of conditions. It's more in you, you know, like it's what you started with. Yeah, you're just doing it so often. It's crazy, you know, yeah.
This heat here, it's the local boy, Jack Robinson, against the mercurial Baron Mamiya.
Yeah, let's go!
Oh, here we go. That was a big turn. Get a finish. Oh, right out, right out. Come on. Ha! Come on, that was mental.
We've got Baron Mamiya, frames up a quick carve. Hits it hard with a free fall. Jack's turn. Chasing down a 5.24, he packs the pit and makes it.
A 7.13 locks in for Jack Robinson, so it now leaves Baron Mamiya chasing an 8.57.
Drills it off the top and stomps it with authority.
It's an 8.43. It fell ever so close. Here's Jack Robinson through to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a good heat. Baron is so good. Good energy. Everyone is really supportive, so I'm just grateful for it. And yeah, just excited to get back out there and go get a few waves.
Coming up next, it's the Women's Championship Tour careers that hang in the balance.
You know, both of us were on the cut, so it was a stressful heat.
Her rookie season on the line.
You can feel for her there.
She's surfing for everything here. It's all on the line.
Welcome back to Western Australia for the Margaret River Pro. On the women's side of the draw, rookie Betty Lou Sakura Johnson has already fallen victim to the mid-season cut.
Good surfing from Betty Lou, but just hasn't really put those performances together in a CT format.
Our rookie will not make the mid-season cut.
You know, tough moments here on the tour.
Johnson will have to revive her championship tour dreams on the Challenger Series. And in the round of 16, local wildcard Bronte Macaulay upset current rankings leader Carissa Moore to advance to the quarterfinals.
What a performance from Bronte. Dad is buzzing, her second peak win over the five-time world champion.
Not really feeling much pressure. I'm just more enjoying it, and it's kind of a good space to be in.
Stop number 5 is so intense, and the round of 16 for the women is heavily stacked, big matchups, top seeds up against surfers that basically need to make the finals to even have a shot at getting above that cut line. So the pressure is on.
The round of 16 continues, and another rookie is fighting for her life on tour. Molly Picklum takes on a red-hot Tyler Wright.
Tyler Wright still looking powerful with that front side carve, digs in even harder on the second effort. She is looking so connected as she takes the lead over the rookie Molly Picklum.
After she dropped the 8 on me, I was like, wow, I've just been tired.
Molly has everything on the line. She has a lot of work to do here at Margaret River in order to make that mid-season cut.
Here comes Molly Picklum now. Big sweep, his front side hook. Jams it through the lip. And once again, over the shallow section, she can't help but celebrate one of the biggest power carves she's laid down this season.
Honestly, that was just one of the most beautiful carves I've seen in a long time.
Molly Picklum is a fighter, and when her back was against the wall, she dropped one of the best rides that we've seen all year.
9.17 for Molly Picklum, and it will be a huge win for the rookie on tour.
It helped her get the jump on Tyler Wright. She's on her way to the quarterfinals and still has a chance at getting above that cut line.
Probably one of the best turns I've ever done, and I'm happy to have done it when I was pushed up against the wall to only have one option, which was to bring out a 9, and to get that is incredible.
competition for a top 10 spot is intensifying, and the rookies are feeling the heat.
There are currently 4 spots that have already been solidified past the mid-season cut, but there are 6 spots open in that top 10 conversation, and the round of 16 is going to determine most of who gets those 6 spots.
Luana Silva lost to a rampaging Brisa Hennessy and didn't make the cut.
Brisa puts on a crazy finish, rides out of the whitewash blind.
That was amazing, a Houdini.
It's going to be a heartbreak situation for Luana, but we cannot wait to see this woman and the future that she brings to progressive women's surfing.
I'm really proud of the way I finished here. I wish I could have gone a couple more, but it's okay.
I think this cut definitely puts a pressure on everyone, and you know, Lulu is a beautiful person. I wish her the best. I know that she's going to come back stronger than ever.
India Robinson faced 7-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore.
There's more pressure in this heat than any other heat today because they're both just inside the bubble.
India Robinson's best right here, and Steph on the wave right behind her. Let's go of a nice carve, draws up into a steep section. Dynamic turn out of the top.
Wow, that was so good. Steph at her best. She's back.
A big heat win there for Stephanie Gilmore.
India Robinson just went down to Steph Gilmore in that last heat. She's absolutely gutted and heartbroken at the moment, just taking some time with her coach and just soaking in what has been a great experience.
Gilmore advances to the quarterfinals and confirms her spot on tour.
I'm happy to make the cut though. That was a really sort of stressful situation.
The loss of tour veterans Malia Manuel and Sally Fitzgibbons were the biggest surprises in the round of 16.
For Sally Fitzgibbons, giving us so many great memories for so long, and you know this isn't it, as she will fight for her spot to get back on the top 17 where she belongs.
I definitely have that deep-seated belief that I'm capable, and just got to hang on to that feeling though that it is possible and just keep moving forward.
So in 14 years on tour, Sally Fitzgibbons never missed a single event. G-Land will be the first CT she misses since 2009. That's insane.
Up and riding, Malia needs a 6.21.
Wow.
Just falls short of the requirement.
It's tough to watch, isn't it?
And Isabella Nichols advanced to the quarterfinals.
To be able to do what we do, surf the most incredible waves in the world, and actually feel this stress is like a privilege.
Isabella keeping her hopes and dreams alive here.
I've got a lot riding on this event, but I've got my little fun, trust and courage written on my board here. So #1 for me is having fun, and that's when I do my best surfing.
Nichols must win the Margaret River Pro to make the cut. Isabella Nichols grew up on the beautiful Sunshine Coast of Queensland, Australia.
She's super confident. Ever since she came onto the CT, she's been dropping really big scores.
I want to do my best, I want to show up, and I want to entertain.
After an impressive rookie year in 2021, Nichols now finds herself battling to stay on tour.
She's got some work to do here. If she takes a win, she'll get that qualification spot, but it's gonna take a win, not even just making it into the finals.
Nothing like having you back against the wall.
The quarterfinals are on. First up is Costa Rica's Brisa Hennessy versus rookie Gabriella Bryan.
Gabriella Bryan now has an opportunity to take one of a final 2 spots remaining on the Women's Championship Tour. Scores through, it's a 7.00 for Gabriella Bryan. She is sitting in the lead.
There's always pressure, but I'm just giving it everything I got, not holding back.
Brisa Hennessy, though, with priority and really starting to fight back. What a beautiful arc to kick things off. Jumps through as Brisa's highest wave of the heat, but still chasing a 5.98 to take the lead away from Gabriella. And it is decision time for Gabriella Bryan. All the pressure is on her shoulders.
You know, she's not on the best waves, and she's surfing so well.
And the official results, Gabby Bryan advancing through into the semifinals, keeping herself above the cut line.
Bryan must at least make the final to confirm her spot on tour.
Yeah, I love the CT. It's amazing, and I want to surf my hardest to stay here, and I'm going to do everything I can to make my goal.
Coming up next, Main break lights up, and the men's quarterfinals get underway.
But if you look out the back, it is the man in red, John.
No one does it better.
Through a massive fan of spray.
John's the best guy out here, so I'm gonna have to give it all I got.
He goes the full rotation. What an effort, putting it all on the line.
What the F, like, you serious?
It's just so close, I don't like that.
Welcome back to Western Australia for the Margaret River Pro. Earlier in the round of 16, California's Griffin Colapinto impressed at main break.
A solid victory for Griffin Colapinto as he is in the quarterfinals to take on John Florence.
John's the best guy out here, so I'm gonna have to give it all I got.
After surviving the mid-season cut, an inspired Matthew McGillivray sailed through to the quarters.
I'm going to Jamie.
Italo Ferreira sharpened his backhand in the round of 16 and looks set for a big finish here at Margaret River.
It's a lot of waves and it's getting better. And yeah, I'm excited for that.
And John Florence got a walkthrough to the quarterfinals after Chloe Andino fell ill and withdrew from competition.
In that column, so as we see John Florence coming down the boardwalk, everybody put your hands together for John featuring in our first quarterfinal.
Heat 1 featuring John Florence and Griffin Colapinto. John with an opportunity with a victory to take the yellow jersey.
Good luck, thank you.
Live action.
Here goes Florence. One of those beautiful big layback calves to get started. Big open face to deal with here. Now setting up the inside. Hammers the section. And that's the start he was looking for. 9.5 to kick things off. Florence up again, first section. Hangs on the rail. He's dropped an 8-point ride. And Griffin's after a huge combo already. Let's see what he can do. Loading up, the section stands up, and he goes the full rotation and rides out, putting it all on the line. And Griffin has broken combination. He had a 7.8 on that last ride. He's still got work to do though, needs an 8.68.
This heat is coming down to the wire.
Driving up into the lip, banks a section. It's a tricky one, he likes the feel of it. 8.33 for Griffin on his previous ride, not enough.
He should be proud of that performance. That was great surfing. Unfortunately, just comes up against an informed John Florence.
And he is into the semis once again. What a heat.
17.5, John. Do you feel like you're peaking here on finals day?
Yeah, that was a fun heat. I was a little frustrated in the end. It was just so close. I don't like that.
Florence shows why he is considered to be the best in the West and advances to the semifinals.
No one has changed the way that we look at main break more than John Florence. His performances out here are legendary.
It is just the pure essence of power surfing.
He redefined high performance with a big open face car.
That's the turn that we love from John Florence.
That's how it has to be surfed, and you know that's a new level that you have to be at, and I think it made it way more exciting to watch it.
Meanwhile, out the back, big old takeoff. This is John Florence. He wants to get barreled, folks. He is. He's looking for an exit. Where is he? Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God.
Florence.
And Florence up once again. Oh, my goodness. A huge frontside carve. Just can't get enough of that frontside jam.
He is so dominant that honestly nobody can touch him.
When I surf in events here, I don't think about the competitors as much. I just think about being on the wave I know I want to be on and just surfing at my best.
Last of black, Italo, a 6.7. Now, okay, last of red, Jack Robbo, a 7.0. Flips it again. Jack Robbo wins.
Come on!
2019 world champion Italo Ferreira has had a slow start to the season by his exceptional standards. Ferreira is the clear favorite in this quarterfinal matchup against Matthew McGillivray.
Well, let's see what he can bring to the party here against Italo. Super hard, back-footed jam on the end section. That's going to score pretty well. 7.1, so they love that finishing manoeuvre. As Italo looks to respond now. He finds a big section of his own. There's that just impeccable timing. And Italo got a 7.17.
Nice opening carve. Looks like the pressure of qualification has actually lifted Matty's spirits in the way he's attacking these waves and really connecting those turns well on this one.
And that means that Italo's now after a pretty decent score to get himself into the lead. Loading up for something big here. Always exciting when this guy takes to the air, and he almost rode out.
Well, how do you break that one down? That's just Matty McGillivray on fire.
Coming up against John in the next heat, a huge matchup. You know, what's it going to take to take down John?
What he does on the waves out here is like just so incredible. So I'm just going to be focused on myself, try to choose my waves, do my best surfing, and whatever happens, happens.
In the other quarterfinals, Ethan Ewing's rail game was too much for Nat Young.
Going right to the lip, beautiful frontside arc. Big whip in the pocket, punches the rebound. Nice and tight wrap and finishes with a fourth maneuver. Can he ride away? Yes, he does. It's Ewing, who has been on a roll into another big semifinal.
To get past that round was huge, and then now to be in the semis feels really good and excited.
And hometown hero Jack Robinson got the better of Jordy Smith.
Jack Robinson needing just a 4.60. Sets up his first turn, drills it. Coming off the bottom with some speed, wraps it in the pocket. Now the local boy looking for the end section. Frames it up off the lip and rides away. Bemrose loves it. It is the local boy, Jack Robinson, into a semifinal.
And how good is it seeing this massive crowd down here, all of them yelling out your name, the local boy?
Oh, it's epic. The support's crazy. It's so good. So many kids and people here. Yeah, just grateful for it.
Coming up next, we crown a women's Margaret River Pro champion.
She jumps ahead of the rookie and takes the lead.
The future of her position on this tour is all riding on these last two scores.
Welcome back to Western Australia for the Margaret River Pro. Earlier in the women's quarterfinals, local wildcard Bronte McCauley defeated 7-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore to advance to the semifinals.
Bronte McCauley gets the victory, and she has taken down two of the greats today to earn her place in the semifinals.
Courtney Conlog confirmed her spot on tour at the expense of rookie Molly Picklum. Picklum will have to fight her way back to the championship tour through the Challenger Series. Needing to win the event to stay on tour, 24-year-old Isabella Nichols defeated Joanne DeFay for a spot in the semifinals.
I don't know what to say, I'm just stoked.
Gabrielle Bryan claimed the remaining semifinal spot after eliminating Brisa Hennessy. Bryan is the only remaining rookie with a chance to make the cut, but she will need to make the final to confirm her spot on the championship tour.
Now heading out into the women's semifinals, Gabrielle Bryan, Courtney Conlog in semifinal number 1. All the pressure sitting on the shoulders of Gabrielle Bryan at the moment, knowing that if she advances through this into the finals, she will make the mid-season cut.
Well, Courtney would probably been at the bottom of the list of people she wanted to surf against. So, well, unfortunately, if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best.
Drawing her first line, big hook up into the pocket to start things off. Lays down the rail. Gabrielle Bryan linking up that first great looking turn, putting a lot of power into it, hits the bump, the chop on the face of the wave, but links together for a second turn and down carves out of the lip of that wave. Lining it up for a great snap under the lip. She jumps ahead of the rookie and takes the lead.
Gabrielle's going to have to find something here, Shannon, because Courtney's just so strong.
Gabriella chasing a 6.47. Executes the perfect turn up into the lip on the second with a great snap.
The future of her position on this tour is all riding on these last scores.
Gabriella Bryant gets the score. She advances through into the finals, and she has officially made the mid-season cut.
I'm so excited that I made the cut. Probably like the most nervous I've ever been.
In the next semifinal, Isabella Nichols takes on local wildcard Bronte McCauley.
Isabella down on the ratings, and she's got to win, doesn't she?
She's got to win. Driving off the bottom, lining it up for the second with a great section. 7.00 in for Bella Nichols. Answering back straight away. The powerful backhand attack of a McCauley.
As we see Isabella
Sets herself up in the bowl with a nice slash of the tail. Negotiates over that wobble and puts together a great finish under the lip. Isabella Nichols into the finals with an opportunity to make the mid-season cut.
I was a dark horse from the very beginning, so if it happens, it happens. If not, like, I'm so proud of everything that I've achieved already and bring on the final.
Gabriella Bryant takes on Isabella Nichols in the final. Nichols sits on the bubble and must win the Margaret River Pro to make the cut.
Isabella Nichols just 2 waves away from securing her spot on the championship tour for the rest of this season and the start of 2023, so a lot at stake here.
Gabby's going in for a late takeoff.
Now she gets to work. First open face snap, and then she comes to the inside section. It's only going to be a mid-range score. So Bella just playing the game of cat and mouse, waiting, patience. Good signature snap there. That's her move. Nice controlled carve. And well, she got absolutely detonated at the end of that ride.
6.17 in Gabriella Bryant chasing a 7.17 to take the win.
Dealing with this wind well. More of an extended carve for the second one. Through to the inside. Another critical snap under the lip and just, a little wobble there. Isabella's more up and down vertical. Her approach is up high into the wave. Those more critical turns. Just the angles of the board, a bit more sharper. And she's controlled the heat up to this point. There's a set coming. I don't think it's going to get here in time.
Isabella Nichols is your 2022 Margaret River Pro champion, as well as making the mid-season cut.
I don't feel like this moment's real right now. I've dreamt about this my whole life. Only yesterday or this morning was I thinking about falling off tour. Now in Final 5, you know, the goals have changed.
Isabella Nichols moves 8 spots up the leaderboard to 4th place. And Brisa Hennessy takes back the rankings lead from Carissa Moore, who now sits in 2nd. Coming up next, we crown a men's Margaret River Pro champion.
Robinson building some speed. Looks like he wants to wrap up. He gets it.
John's better.
And wow, hammers that first section.
Huge layback from Jack.
Welcome back to Western Australia for the Margaret River Pro. Finals day has been called on, and the men's semi-finalists are preparing to enter the water. First up is 2-time Margaret River Pro champion John Florence against South African Matthew McGillivray, who has just confirmed his spot on the Dream Tour.
It is the mountain bred John. Huge first turn through a massive fan of spray, and he's gone straight into another devastating blow. Wow, that was 3 of the best from the Hawaiian.
The power gauge just went through the Richter scale, and it's just been the John show.
Now out in front, we're seeing Matt McGillivray on the comeback trail.
Matty McGillivray has that big air reverse he can call on, and he's going to pull one. Hanging on desperately for the finish. He almost got the completion. And John now will line this one up. Expect him to go to town. High risk first turn. Bust the tail free.
No one can touch him out here.
And the heat score average for John Florence here at Margaret River is going to go up again.
Florence wins the heat in devastating fashion and will enter the Margaret River Pro Final as the clear favorite. The second semifinal sees hometown hero Jack Robinson take on fellow Aussie Ethan Ewing.
Margaret River's own Jack Robinson's going to take off. Good size set and holds that car for a long time.
Oh, that was massive. Give him another one.
Gets back up there in the pocket, now looking for the big finish on the inside. Great lip line flow. And it's just an area of his surfing that just keeps getting better and better. And Ewing picked off a wave in this set as well. Big exchange unfolding here in the early stages of semi-2.
There's a couple of prize fighters going at it. They both want this badly.
And absolutely drives a nail into the end section. He's just dropped a 9.03. Ethan Ewing out in front. Jack Robinson maybe sees some opportunity here to turn in the score that he needs.
This one, Jack.
He swings.
Finish it off, finish it off. Right out, right out.
Jack's going to get the score.
It's an 8.1. Jack Robinson is on his way to his second CT final with a shot to win at home.
I feel good. I just feel like I got a lot more left in the tank. There's just more to show, you know.
John Florence and Jack Robinson, you guys are underway in 5, 4, 3.
How cool does that sound? That's like a video that you'd love to watch. John's looking to get his third CT victory at Margaret River.
He hasn't been beaten here in a number of years. If you want to beat me, you better step it up.
But then you've got Jack Robinson. This is his home break. He's like, let's bring it on.
1. There's no more second chances after this heat. This is the final. This is the one you need to win. Wow! Yeah, so John just hammers that first section.
That first turn, I saw the whole half of his board through the back of the wave.
John blasts it one last time, and he is out of there as Jack Robinson rolls in behind.
Robinson building some speed. Looks like he wants to ramp up again. This time a big rotation. He gets it.
John's last wave was a 7.1. Jack's last wave was an 8.07. John is in the lead.
Come on, bruv. Come on, bruv.
He's identified, I need to really tap into that progressive element. Huge layback from Jack.
8.17 and the lead. John needs a 7.74. Last of Florence, a 6.10, nothing changing.
There you go, Jack Robinson has won the 2022 Margaret River Pro.
It's amazing because I've had so many rounds so close, so many hours, so much time. When you win like this, it's really special.
Jack Robinson growing right up on the river. This is where it all began for him. And for him to beat John, now he's number 3 in the world heading to G-Land.
Here, brother.
This win at Margaret River is putting him officially in the world title race.
Your champion of the Margaret River Pro, let's hear it for Jack Robinson.
With the win, Jack Robinson jumps 10 spots up the leaderboard and finds himself in 3rd. John Florence moves up 1 spot to 2nd, and Felipe Toledo manages to hold on to the top spot after an early exit. Next time on WSL Presents, the Championship Tour returns to G-Land for the first time in 25 years.
G-Land, looking forward to getting back there. That's the spot that really created the Dream Tour. It's still one of the great waves of the world, and I think always will be.
We also welcome back Tour superstar Gabriel Medina.
Gabriel Medina looking to get his world title campaign back on track.
When everything is against him, he gives himself a fighting shot.
I'm back.